Hi, this is Ed from Musika Lessons, and we're going to talk about Train's big single, Hey Soul Sister. They recorded this song in 2009 on their Save Me San Francisco release, and it was the top-selling digital download from iTunes. It sold over 6 million copies, and it was the second best-selling song in 2010. All right, so we're going to learn this new classic that's become a standard and very popular at open mics and hootenannies. All right, so grab your guitar and I'll see you back here in a sec. I encourage you to check out the blog article because there's a lot of useful links, like a YouTube link to the tune. There's a guitar tab link, as well as a Wikipedia link if you want to learn a little bit more about the song. There's also a song spec section which has the writer's credits, metronome marking, and also the chord progression, which we're going to go over in a minute, as well as the accompaniment techniques that we're going to use. Okay, so I'm going to go over those playing tips with you in a sec. Although Hey Soul Sister is actually in the key of E, we're going to use a capo here on the 4th fret, and we're going to play in the key of C. So even though we're still actually in E, we think in the key of C for two reasons. One, the chords are going to sound a little bit better up here. And if we were actually playing, the open E sounds a little bit too muddy as your first chord, and it would also give us a couple of bar chords that would make it a little uncomfortable. Here it's going to be a little bit better. Okay, so the 4 chords that make up this song are C, G, A minor, and F. Although instead of playing the bar chord version of F, I like using this version, which is a little bit more of an acoustic guitar version that the old bluegrass, country, and Delta blues players used to use. Okay, so those are our 4 chords. So review those, and I'll see you back here in a second. Okay, now the right hand technique for this tune is based on the boom chick style of accompaniment. Now the boom chick, amongst player circles, that's what we call them, is the bass chord. So it's like the old cowboy thing. So I'm going bass chord, bass chord, bass chord, or boom chick, boom chick, boom chick. Our variation is a little bit more advanced than that because we're gonna, instead of doing just the downstrokes on the chick, we're gonna add an upstroke, making it boom chicka. Boom chicka. Okay, so we're gonna begin with the intro. The intro is 4 measures. It's 1 measure of C, 1 measure of G, 1 measure of A minor, and 1 measure of F. Now remember, we're going to use that boom chick technique, or rather the boom chicka technique, and you want to brush the chords. You don't want to hit them too hard with when you're strumming. Okay, so you've got this. If you're new to this technique, that's a great way to practice it, is just muting the strings and practice the boom chicka. Now, the boom, I'm hitting the bass note. On the chicka, I am aiming for the top 3 strings. Boom chick, boom chick, boom chick, boom chick. And then just walk it through that progression. For the verse, it's pretty much the same thing, where you're playing the same 4-bar pattern. The only thing that changes is on the second time around, just before you go to the chorus, it does 2 beats of F and 2 beats of G. That's how you know it's going to the chorus. So here's the verse. And that brings us into the chorus. Now the chorus is also 8 measures, but it's really a 2-bar pattern. It's a measure of F, followed by 2 beats of G, a beat of C and a beat of G. It does that 3 times for 6 measures. Then the last 2 measures are 1 measure of F and 1 measure of G. And we're back to the verse or the chorus, depending on where you are in the song. Okay, so here is the chorus again. And then, as I said, you're back to the verse or the chorus. Hey Soul Sister is not only a crowd favorite, it's a fun tune to play, and it's become a new rock standard. And listen, you just start strumming these chords, you never know who's going to sing along. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thank you for hanging with me, and I'll see you here next time.